Hello, it's me. I'm in my teepee, relaxing. I have to rest, so we'll just lie down in the hammock and relax here for a while. Nothing like a good hammock to swing in. See how the crystals of ice are forming on the outside? It's because it was so damp. When it was near freezing, it was just so damp out there. It just went right through your bones. And so now I can just lie in my hammock and enjoy being in my teepee. It helps if I don't light a fire in the house. Because if I don't light the fire in the house, then I don't feel guilty using wood out here. So I can just use the wood out here instead. But I didn't light a fire. It doesn't really need a fire today. My hands aren't cold in here. They were cold outside. You can see outside a little tiny bit. A little tiny bit. And this should be something more permanent than house rat. You could use pieces of Albany cloth, but you see, you can't connect them to a glass with a metal frame, unless you could use glue. Maybe I could nylon to glass, nylon to metal. That would work. Take a whole lot, a fortune's worth of glue to put it on there. I couldn't just make paste out of flour and water, because that would be liquid. That would be water dissolvable. But it is a possibility to glue these on. I don't know if you can tell when you look at them. Can you see where there's cracks between the glass? Yeah, you could see those right there, can't you? My glass wasn't big enough for the hole. Now wood would be good if I had a piece of slab that I could nail on or screw. See, but it's too high. I can't get that high up outside. Inside I can, but the slope from the outside is too steep. So it's a long way to get up those ladders. I mean, up those. You know, I was watching a video of somebody putting up a teepee on a roof in San Francisco or something. And when he got his stuff ready, he's climbed up on the outside of this pole. I mean, he just ran up it. I mean, I know that this would hold my weight, these poles, because together they're very strong. But, of course, with the windows on it, I wouldn't do that, because you don't want to be bending the poles when you have rigid glass. Glass will break, it won't bend. Glass does not bend. Did you know that? It's true. That's why they have some broken windows in here. Some cracks, which gives them a more bendableness now. Now they can bend without falling apart. And these are good windows. I'm very pleased with them. They're not. And because everything is completely on the outside, if anything cracks, it slides down the outside. I don't get windows falling in because they can't fall in. The frames are on the outside, on the other side of the poles. I mean, if a rock fell from the sky and broke it, maybe they would fall in. But there are no rocks in the sky. Isn't that nice? It's organized. You see, we keep all the rocks on the ground. That's right. It's very organized outside. Ponder, ponder, ponder. So I closed that top in. See that? Now, when it snows today, 15 centimeters, it's going to go down the outside, not coming in. Hey, I could put Albany cloth across that on the outside. I could cut pieces, and then I could, because they will go from one pole to the next. And they're clear, almost, so you can get light in. You can't see through them, but you can get light in. So that's what I could do. I could cut pieces of Albany cloth. And I could just cover those openings. But it means covering a whole lot of windows if I'm going to do that all the way across. Unless I could glue it to the glass. I'll have to test it. I'll do a test piece. I'll get a little piece of Albany cloth and I'll take some glue. But see, Albany cloth is very porous. So the glue is going to go through it. Of a truth. I really like weaving. But I guess there's nothing you could really weave to make these work. Yes, you could. You could put a piece of cloth down, and if you had strings going through the cloth all the way over to the other side, you could connect them, and then you wouldn't have to cover the whole thing up with the cloth. Isn't that silly that I have 63 windows in here, and yet I don't want to cover any of them up and have it a little bit darker in that spot? I really like having an incredible, perfect view of everything around. I'm so great at teepee. I'm so blessed. What I am blessed with is ideas. I'm really blessed with ideas. And then I'm blessed with resources, like the dump, which has all these windows. And then I am also blessed with, what's the other thing? With health. And stamina. Now, I can't do a lot at one time. Oh, my shoulder's frozen closed again. I can't do a lot at one time, but I can do little bits. You know, I can just work for 5 minutes, then I get tired and I have to stop. And then I work for 5 more minutes. But I can't go outside and decide, I'm going to do this whole thing today. That's my project for the day. Yes, I will clean up or close up all the holes. Because then I won't do it. I'll think, oh my gosh, I can't do that. That's going to take me a lot of energy and I'm not going to have that much. And so I wouldn't start. So instead, I just come out to the teepee and tell myself I can lie in my hammock and look around and maybe do something. And I do. I maybe do something. And I do that often enough that I get the job done. The idea of having a project that you have to finish one day and not do another project until that's finished, that's very limiting. That makes you won't tackle big projects, first of all, because you know that you'll get tired before you're finished and you can't put it all away. And if you have this thing about it has to all be put away, when you finish it, when you work, you have to finish a project in a reasonable time and get it put away, then you're not going to start it. Because you'll know, you have time to make something for dinner and clean it all up and then relax at the computer. You have time for that. But you don't have time to make dinner, clean it all up, go to the teepee and do the whole teepee thing today and then relax at the computer. No, there won't be time. See, so you don't do it. That's why most people don't do big projects. They look at me and say, oh my gosh, you did that all yourself? Well, yeah, but you can eat an elephant one bite at a time. You've probably eaten several cows in your life, if you think about it. You probably have. So you have to just do one bite at a time. And so today, I got the top thing on. And that's what I did. And now, in order to close up those holes, I'm going to have to make myself a place to get up high. But my things are locked over in the ice over there. My sawhorses. They're on their side frozen. I borrowed them. And now this table, this is a good table, except it wouldn't hold my weight, so I can't stand on that table. I have a ladder in the house, but it's missing a couple rungs, so I'd have to fix the rungs first. I could fix the rungs. That is another job. It's up in the upstairs. I need to bring it downstairs and bring it out here, and then I can... But I'm not going to do that all in one day. I could bring it down here one day. Another day I could look for wood. Another day I could bring the skill saw out and perhaps slice the wood to fit. And another day maybe I could hammer it into place in the ladder. I would never think, oh, I'm going to do that today. That would just be too big. It would take me, oh my gosh, I've got to bring it down, then I've got to hunt for wood, and I've got to walk around all that wood on the ice and in the snow. I'm going to be exhausted. Then I'm going to find them. I've got to grab them and pull them out of there. Then I have to go get the skill saw and I have to bring it out here, and then I have to saw it. I have to have electricity out here, so I have to make sure I can work that out, turn the lights on, and then I can saw it, and then I have to hammer it into place, so I have to have the hammer too, hammer it into place on the ladder, and then stand it up and see if it works. That's too much to do in one day. Way too much. Unless you're puttering. You can do all that if you're just puttering. Can you hear me? I think there's liver pate stuck in these little holes in the front of the camera. So when I was making that liver goo yesterday and I turned out my camera, it was on my fingers. It's in the speaker buttons. We'll see. Oh, now I've made this one too long. I make them all too long and then I have to shorten them. Alright, go Goodbye.